we were discussing what to start with. So one of the things is if you're going to go to therapy, you know right at this moment what it is you want to talk about, what it is you want to say. And I guarantee you, the minute you walk through the door, your mind will go blank. And then the therapist will ask you, is there anything in particular you want to work on? Anything in particular you need to do? And you might remember the top thing, and everything else you start forgetting, or things that you thought were really important, you came in and you forgot. So I always tell people, keep a little cheat sheet with you, a little notepad. You can get the little tiny ones that are about 49, 59 cents, the dollar store ones, and write down the things that you want to ask the therapist when you go to therapy. Put down on there things that you want to know, things that are bothering you, whether, and prioritize it. Because one of the things that I'm going to talk about is listing your goals and prioritizing them. So based off of that whole idea of that sheet, it's probably pretty good for most people to actually sit down before you ever go to therapy and do the same thing you would do if you was going to buy a home. Before you buy a home, you sit down, you think, what is it I want in a home? Do I want a garage? Do I want a two-car garage? Do I want upstairs, downstairs, basements, backyards? It's very important for you. That way, when you talk to somebody, you can tell them exactly what it is you're looking for. Same way with therapy. Sometimes the things that are bothering you through the week, depression, anxiety, they bother you for a long time. You're very upset by them. And then something will happen right before therapy that suddenly, for the moment, becomes a big priority to you. But it's not the true priority. So you go to therapy and you talk about that one thing that's the most recent, but not the most important. And sometimes by prioritizing things on a piece of paper, it gives you an opportunity to really work with somebody and go, this is bothering me now, but I know this is more important. So skipping over to that, sit down with a piece of paper, divide it down the middle. Write the pros and cons, or the goods and bads of your life, the things that you enjoy and the things that you're having a problem with. The reason why you split that up is it also helps you to define your strengths. One of the kinds of therapy that a lot of therapists now practice is more of a strength-based therapy, so that when you go to talk to somebody, instead of working from the old medical model, which is let's find out what's wrong with you, let's focus on what's wrong with you, let's strictly deal with what's wrong with you. Therapists want to know what's right with you, what's working well, what's helping you to accomplish your goals in life. A lot of times when we focus, we tend to veer off and focus on the problems so heavy that we don't put any focus on the good things that we do, or the ways that we accomplish things, our strengths, our ability to work through certain stuff. A lot of times when people will tell me I'm having problems with anxiety and that this happened at the mall or this happened at home, I will ask them, how did you handle it before? What was it that you did at an earlier time that helped you get through that particular problem? And a lot of times we forget, because there are times when we did handle anxiety successfully, we did handle depression successfully. We just tend to forget because we're so focused on a current problem or an issue or thing that we don't actually go back and think about, well, actually, yes, when I did this, it helped me sleep. Or when I did that, it made me feel better. It got my mind off of things. It got me moving when I couldn't move before. So by having a list of those things, again, write. Everything you can, journal and write. Bring it out of your head. Someone very smart and a lot wiser than me one time told me, if you created the problem in your head, sometimes you can't create the solution in your head. You need to pull it out and put it on a piece of paper so that you and other people can look at it and talk to you and go, how is this different? Is this the problem you thought it was? A lot of times writing stuff down on a piece of paper, you realize that it isn't as big a problem as you thought it was. It's just that it's the main focus of the minute.